Number 8, y'all might be right. We might make it through 12 or so. Let's see here. Write a possible equation for a polynomial whose graph has horizontal intercepts x equals 2, x equals -1/2, and x equals -3. So we need a polynomial equation. How are we going to come up with something with these x-intercepts?
You start with x, and if it's positive, that means it has to be x minus
So what am I going to put for the 2?
-2.
X minus 2 equals 0. If that's a factor, then plug in 2, you get 0. What's next?
You can
2x plus 1.
All right. If you plug in 2x plus 1, that's going to give you -1/2. Change the sign, and then this number times x, and whatever the sign you change to plus, or this one. If you don't like that, you could have written this as x plus 1/2. That would have been sufficient too, okay? Either one of these. Then what about this one? X plus 3 has to be a factor. You're done. That's it. Good enough. And it could have been this one, or P of x equals x minus 2 times x plus 1/2 times x plus 3. If you didn't like the whole change in the leading coefficient and all that stuff. Either one of these would have intersected the same place. This one would have been a little bit different, but not quite. Not much. Not much. All right. State the degree and end behavior here. Now, y'all know degree. We've been doing degree. What's the degree of this polynomial? Highest power of x, isn't it? And now the end behavior. The end behavior depends on degree. This is odd, isn't it? And what do we know about the leading coefficient? Leading coefficient is the number being multiplied by the highest power of x. It's negative. What does that tell us about the end behavior? Odd degree, negative leading coefficient. If you got to do the dance, right? I can't remember no dance, but what do y'all think? You got 4 choices. The end behavior could both go up, both go down, or one could go down and one could go up, or one could go up and one could go down. It is going to be the last one. That's what happens. Odd degree means they go opposite directions. Negative leading coefficient means it comes down from above and ends up going down as you go left to right. So this one's going to be this direction, this direction. How did your book describe that? It said as x gets large in a negative direction, y does what? Whoops. As x gets large in a negative direction, let's go in this direction. Where does y go? It's large in a negative direction. I did it wrong, didn't I?
Yes, should be positive.
Yep, I went the wrong way. Should be positive. Should go up this way. All right. That's right. I think we talked about that, right? And then I wrote it down wrong. So this is going up. So it should be positive direction. Then as x gets large in the positive direction, what happens? That's right. Y gets large in the negative direction. Here we go again on number 10. State the degree and in behavior. What do y'all think? What's the degree? Highest power is 5. And what about the leading coefficient? It is positive. Degrees negative, or sorry, even. Odd, dang it. Odd, positive, what's that look like? That's the one I had to start with before, wasn't it? This, that's right. And so we know as x gets large in a negative direction, what can we say about y?
Negative.
That's right. And as x gets larger in a positive direction, what happens?
Y gets larger and positive.
That's right. Painless. We got enough time maybe for one more. Says select all the polynomial functions have these x-intercepts. 4, -1/4, -2. So how are you going to check to see if 4 makes an x-intercept? How you going to check? How are we going to check? We've done x-intercepts already. Well, you know. So we take 4, which one would you plug it into? So here it wouldn't make it 0, would it? So it works for B, works for C, and it works for F too, doesn't it? We gotta be kind of careful there. Which one would you work on next? -2. How can you check for -2? Alright, so this one's positive 2. And F, this one's positive 2, but we didn't check for A, did it? Or for the first one. So we can go ahead and cross this one off. And then this one. So these are our two possibilities. How can we check for -1/4? How can we check for -1/4? Well, you know, with the sign. Has to be positive. If I plugged in the -1/4 here, I would get 4 times -1/4 plus 1. Would that make it true?
Yes.
And if it makes it true here, it has to make it true where else it is too, right? So B and F. Right? 12 says draw, oh, let's say, this is our 9-minute video. That's our limit, right? Let's do 11.